Legitimately, you're in the best shape you've been in.
Yep.
Your wife's never seen you in this kind of condition.
No.
So what's that done for the marriage, pal?
it's miracles.
Here we are today at Powerhouse Gym in Bayswater, Melbourne, Victoria. I'm joined today by Levi Daw, all the way from Tassie.
Yep.
Flew in this morning. And we're going to go through a chest workout today and talk about how you lost 15 kilos in 16 weeks.
Yep.
It clicked over 16 weeks on Monday, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yep. And your body fat percentage went from 27
Yep.
to, what did you score yesterday?
6.3%.
6.3% body fat, and that's as a 42-year-old father of two girls.
Yep.
Twins.
Twin girls.
11-year-old girls.
Yep.
And you work full-time as a
Correctional officer.
Excellent. So we're going to run through how you did it.
Yep.
Let's do it. All right, so today we're training chest and maybe some abs if we get time. We're starting on this upright hammer strength press, which pretty much mimics a dumbbell press. We've worked our way up to our working sets, which we're about to do. So while we're catching our breath before we do that, what were your results, mate? So I know that initially we started off with a 12-week goal.
Yep.
But from memory, you achieved an incredible result within 8 weeks.
Yes, I did.
So what was the 8-week, 12-week, and now?
8 week, I think I was 10 kilos down.
Yep.
And then it's pretty much been a consistent 1 kilo a week.
After that?
After that,
Okay.
I'm sitting now at 15 kilos at loss in week 16.
Now, the reason he hasn't lost more is because you've got nothing left to lose.
No, I don't.
You know, 6.3% body fat on the scan yesterday.
Yep.
I think it was 5 kilos of fat on your entire body.
Yes,
which is elite levels of leanness. Not to mention, you know, in your 40s, dad of 2, and working full time doing 12-hour shifts, isn't it?
Yep. Day shift, night shift, shifts in between. It's like crazy schedule.
Yeah. So how did you do it?
Through you guys. That's how I did it. Through you guys. I found you guys, and it's like you guys set me up, and here I am.
Okay. We'll talk a bit more about how you found us in a minute, but let's get this set done.
Oh, let's do it.
Done.
Many reps later.
Go on, let's go together. Just contract. Focus on contracting. Slow negative. Good. Beautiful. All right, first working set done. Congrats.
Thanks, mate.
So talk to us a little bit about your journey, because you were telling me earlier that you were a big fella at 125.
131 I was at my heaviest.
31.
131 I was at my heaviest.
Wow. Okay.
I had the biggest dad bod you could ever see.
Yeah.
It was literally overhang. It was a slow progression to where I am now.
Yep.
But with you guys, it's definitely sped it up.
Yeah. So just to give a bit of context, so you were 131.
Yep.
You lost a good 30, 35 kilos on your own, 32 kilos on your own?
About 32 kilos.
Just by watching what you were eating.
Yep.
And walking, wasn't it?
Walking and cardio.
Walking and cardio.
Yep.
Yeah. But then you found that you plateaued at around 98, 97?
Yep, and I just couldn't shrug anything more often.
Yeah. And that's looking like this. I'll use B-roll.
Yeah.
And then from there, you saw us and joined straight away? Or
No. I sat on you guys for a good 2 months before I decided to pull the trigger. And I was just unsure. Then kept on popping up everywhere. And it's like, all right, I just got to pull the trigger. And that's what I did.
Nice.
Yep.
Yeah. So do you want to talk a little bit about what you're unsure of? Obviously, it's online and what was going on in your mind? Be as honest as you can, mate. There's something I haven't heard.
No, it's just, I've never had a coach before. Unsure of what to expect. But the more I watched you guys, watched your videos, saw everyone else's progression and what you could do for them.
Yeah.
And then it's like, oh, these guys are it.
Yep.
I believe. And here I am.
Here you are. Do you think we delivered what you expected?
Oh, above and beyond, eh? Above and beyond.
Yeah. So you basically went from 98 kilos down to, what were you yesterday, your lowest?
80.4 was my lowest I hit yesterday before we put the carbs up.
Put the carbs up to fill you out for today.
Yep.
Yeah. So he's gone from 98-ish kilos
Yep.
down to 80.4 at your leanest.
Yep.
Yeah, incredible.
Many reps later.
Well, give me 4 more. Good contractions. Let's go. 1, 2. One more. Come on. Got it. Beautiful. All right, mate. So I've got a question for you. Obviously, losing a fair bit of weight on your own, what made you eat humble pie and realise that you needed a coach to get you to the next level?
Because nothing I was doing was working.
You're spinning your wheels a bit?
Yep, 100%. 100%. I was going to the gym, I was lifting weights, and nothing was working.
Yeah.
So I was like, where do I go from here?
You just couldn't break past that. You were 27% when you joined us.
Yep.
Yeah, and that was kind of the level that you kind of figured out you could get to on your own, and then.
Yep. And then
yeah. Interesting. Okay, so what was it like? I'm not quite sure what your personal relationship's like with your wife, but what was it like negotiating with her to spend money on a coach when you'd already done it on your own?
She had no issues with it. She had no issues with it. She knew that I wanted it, so she was happy.
Lucky man.
Yes.
You hear that, wives, if you're watching? As long as your man wants it, you should be doing it.
Yeah, exactly right. And she's happy.
Okay, well, but she's happy now. Absolutely. You look like you're in your 20s.
Yep.
So legitimately, you're in the best shape you've been in.
Yep.
Your wife's never seen you in this kind of condition.
No.
So what's that done for the marriage, pal?
it's miracles.
Amazing. I want you to focus all your energy right there. You can extend a bit further. There you go. Until that's contracted. Good. Right, 4 more. You ready? 4 more contractions. Beautiful. All right, so we got done with our hammer strength. We're moving over here to an incline movement. But in between sets, mate, I want to ask you, so before you said this is the best shape you've ever been in,
Yep.
at the oldest you've ever been as well,
Yes.
technically,
Yeah, it is.
what other areas of your life have improved due to being in this level of condition, in this kind of shape?
My energy levels, everything really, because everything used to be an effort. Even going to put your boots on, it's like, it's a long way down when you're carrying a lot of weight.
Yep.
And you come up and you say you're exerted from it.
So just your day-to-day activities at work,
Yep.
getting dressed.
Yep, everything.
Okay.
Going upstairs, I was just puffed.
What about like confidence and things like that? Would you say that's improved a bit?
Yeah, I'm no longer shy to take off my shirt
Yeah.
anywhere I go now. So
Okay. Yeah, amazing. Very good. And what about the household? A lot of times guys say that by them leading by example, eating healthier and getting into shape, it will usually inspire the wife and kids to do the same and eat a bit healthier. Has that been the case with you? Or
100%.
Okay.
100%. I want to be there for someone for my kids to look up to, be a role model,
Yeah.
and show them that anything's possible.
Amazing. Yeah. So that was probably your biggest driving force, huh?
100%.
Was
My
to be
kids.
a role model.
Yep.
Yeah. What would you say for you was the line in the sand moment? Like you obviously lost a ton of weight on your own.
Yep.
You got to 98 and you just couldn't get past 98 or 97, 96, whatever it was.
Yep.
What was that moment for you? Was like,
I just had to do it. I had to just pull the trigger.
Yeah.
And just not be afraid. Just put myself out there.
Yeah.
And go for it, and
yeah.
that's what I've done.
What was it that made you not hide and get that last 20% off?
Because there's always more.
There's always more?
There's always more.
Yeah.
And that's what I found. There's always more to be gotten, more to give,
Yeah.
everything.
And would you find that like, even though you'd lost the 30, you still weren't feeling great and you still weren't that happy in your skin?
No.
You were just less miserable.
I was still fitter, still healthier, but I was not looking how I wanted to look.
Nowhere near your potential.
No.
Yeah. And I was having this conversation the other day. It's my opinion that men are happiest when they're moving forward and they're progressing in life.
Yep.
Whether it's your health, your finances, your family, seeing your kids grow, strengthening the relationship with your missus, which you've told me has been the case
Yep.
since looking like this.
Since this, yep.
Right.
100%.
So I think when people just have that near enough, it's good enough mindset and they go from being obese to still a fat fuck, they're really cutting their own Achilles heel.
Yep.
You know what I mean? Yep. So I think for you, without being able to articulate it potentially, I think that's what it was.
100%.
You were like, I've had a result, but I know there's more in me. I know I can't get there on my own.
I needed someone.
Yeah.
And that's where you guys came into it.
Awesome.
Many reps later.
So at 97, 98 kilos, 27% body fat, what do you think it was that was missing for you to get to the next level?
I was missing the structure. There was no plan in place for me to get to this next level that I needed to get to.
Which was fine to get from 131 to 97.
Yep. But then I seemed to just plateau there.
Yeah.
And no matter what I did, I was lifting weights. I was still eating healthy, but I could not shift my weight whatsoever.
That's where, for me, not for me to take over this whole interview, but The word, like the term's calorie deficit is correct. And you're obviously in a big enough calorie deficit to lose the 32 kilos.
I was.
But then to get to the next level, a calorie deficit, you know, eat less, move more, which I hear all the time on my ads and in my inbox, wasn't enough to get you from that level to the elite level that you're in now.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't.
So it's a combination of structure and knowing exactly what calories and macros that you're eating, which 100%. You didn't know up to then.
No, I didn't have that knowledge.
Which is amazing that you lost 32 kilos on your own, not knowing that.
Yeah, that's just.
And it's a testament to how much muscle you've got, because the more muscle mass you've got, the more calories you're burning at rest. So you're not eating like a pig, eating healthily. You lost 32 kilos basically.
I did.
Right, it's the extra nuance and guidance and, like you said, structure that is what's required to get from like a 25, 27, 28, 30% down to a sub 10.
100% it is.
And I think the added ingredient in all of that is accountability. As well.
You guys hold everyone accountable.
Yeah, well, number one, you're accountable by investing in a coach. For one, because you're accountable to the money that you've just spent, invested. And number two, with our system, you're accountable to me and a co-coach.
100%, I am.
Amazing.
Many reps later.
That's really good, dude. All right, just got done with incline hammer press, moving over to a pec fly machine for our last exercise of chest. Just a quick one, mate, to be a bit more specific, what did the rebuild look like for you? So what time did you get up? What are the supplements that we had you taking? Breakfast, lunch, dinner?
Rebuild for me, alarm would go off at 10 past 2, wake up, I'd have my greens, my lemon juice, my cranberry, and then I'd have all my pre's, and then I'd be at the gym by 3.
Okay.
Home by 4, 4:30, smoothie, work.
That's a protein smoothie?
That's a protein smoothie. And then work for 12 hours, come home, have dinner, see the kids in bed.
So what did you eat for dinner? For lunch, sorry. So lunch you're having while you're at work?
It was chicken wrap.
Chicken wrap,
Chicken wrap, carrot.
Good man.
Kiwi fruit. And a protein shake this afternoon too.
As an afternoon snack. It's a bit of a bridge snack between lunch and dinner. Okay, and then dinner you're doing the steak?
I was doing the steak and the greens and the 150 grams of spud light, and that kept on going up as the week went on.
So did you find that you got sick of that plan, or were you able just to change things with seasonings and move things around?
I just mixed when I had my chicken wraps, I'd use different sauces and that to get the same flavour. And steak, first 2 weeks I found very hard because it's just steak, greens every night, but then I came to love my steak and I just love it now. The
other thing is too, I think you notice that you feel pretty good on steak. When you're in a deficit, where you're losing 1 kilo a week, which is quite aggressive, 1 kilo a week for 15 weeks straight, if you're not eating steak at dinner, mate, and you're eating fish, you would have been fucking starving.
Yeah, I wouldn't look like I do now.
Yeah.
Because of that protein portion.
Yeah, so that's sometimes things we've got to get our clients understanding. It's like, well, you want to lose 1 kilo, kilo and a half, 2 kilos a week, but you don't want to eat high nutritious foods. It's not going to happen because you're going to get too hungry, you're going to feel tired, you're going to feel fatigue, and you're going to quit.
And then you're going to just want to snack on shit to fill yourself
Correct.
up.
Yeah. So as boring as a steak can be every night, when you've got 75 plus kilos of lean body mass like you do, you need that high quality protein to feel full. Otherwise you can't survive on that lower calories.
No.
And if you can't survive, you cheat. And if you cheat, you don't get the result.
It speaks for itself, mate.
Yeah.
It does literally speak for itself.
So, because that is quite common in our rebuild, is guys do get a bit sick of having red meat every night.
It's not the only problem. They get bored as well.
Yeah.
Because you're not doing what they normally do. Like my biggest thing was one of the things was I was bored at home.
Yeah, right.
And I was like, that's when I'd want a snack. It's like, how do you feel boredom? You put something in your mouth.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So having that structure, like you said earlier,
it just takes away that boredom.
Yeah, awesome. So with this, man, I'm typically bum forward.
Yep.
So that I can push back and create this.
Okay.
See how my shoulder blades stay way back?
Yep.
Chest stays down in front. I never breathe out.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
everyone does that. You have to keep it full.
Yep.
That's good. Very good.
Many reps later.
Alrighty, so in closing, mate, you went from 27% body fat down to 6% body fat. You lost 15 kilos in 16 weeks.
Yep.
What would you say to anyone out there who's on the fence about doing a rebuild with MPT?
Don't wait. Don't wait. Don't sit there and wonder what can be.
Like you did.
Like I did for 2 months. Just pull the trigger and you won't regret it. I haven't regretted it. And I'm the most leanest I've ever been.
Biggest, fullest,
yep.
Best shape.
100%.
Hollywood bod at 42.
I wouldn't go there, but close enough.
We'll see. Any parting words?
Just do it. Thanks. That's what I got to say.
Yeah, congratulations, man.
Thanks.
You're actually the leanest person on a scan that we've had. In person, I don't know, because we haven't hit the posing room just yet,
No.
but leanest on the scan.
Shit.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. The other guy in his 40s was Ryan Thomas, and he did, I think, 8.2%. You've done 6.3, so
Wow.
yeah. Holding the cake, mate. Number one.
Number one.
Very good. Congrats.
Thanks, mate.